Well, right around that time that you wrote that song, you dropped out of school
Yeah,
in 10th grade.
yeah. I was only like 16. Yeah, and I was scrounging
Okay, why'd you drop out?
because I had millions of dollars in front of me, and my teacher, I would fall asleep because I was up. You gotta understand, I partied with the party people, but never drank, never did anything. So I had to race. I raced motocross. So I would go to make my money racing dirt bikes. So I'd wake up the next morning after the party on Saturday, and it was Sunday. So I'd go to the party because all the girls were there. So I had to go. It's a popular kid hangout. All the people talk about it. Everybody knew I didn't drink. They just, I couldn't. I'm all about motocross. They see my truck all week long. I never did homework in school, not one day ever. My mom went to the principal and said, my son does not do homework. He's a professional motocross racer. He will come to this school every day with his dirt bike in the back of his truck. So in the parking lot, you see my truck out there. I'm the only one with a dirt bike in it. After school, my mom made sure, they said, if you don't have calluses on your hands when you come home, that means you were fucking off and you're trying to go chase the pussy or some shit, right? and I got caught a couple times doing that. Funny story there. But yeah, and she made sure that if I'm gonna not do my homework, that I'm gonna be practicing the shit out of that motocross and go out there. And yeah, I'd make $1,500 a Sunday. And my brother, he was working at Piggly Wiggly, stacking groceries. I would purposely go through his line and get a bunch of shit and fan the money in front of him because he was such a dick to me growing up. He beat me up. He's 5 years older all the time. We love each other now. We're cool, but we laugh about it. He could have taken me fishing and been a cool brother, and instead he was beating me up the whole time. But so it gave me encouragement to say, I'm gonna fucking go out there and show this motherfucker. So I went and trained a little harder, worked a little harder. And one thing I learned from motocross that I use in life is that the competitive drive that it takes to win at motocross is something that is tattooed to you for life. And that guy Byron I told you about, my stepdad, he would take me to the races and shit, and he had my bike there, and he would sit there and change my tires, oil my chain, make sure everything was good and gassed up and ready to race. Man, I came in 4th place one time out of 40 riders, Lake Whitney Cycle Ranch. And he comes in, I take my helmet, he kicks my helmet, starts packing up my shit, and I got a whole nother motor. He goes, I go, what's wrong? He was pissed, man. He goes, I can't believe I came out here to watch you get 4th place. This is some bullshit. Those 3 guys that beat you, you're way better than them. I'm not gonna spend my whole day, I work all week to get you these bikes and take your shit and fix this. Fuck this 4th place shit. He goes, you're way fucking better with that. And I go, I'm sitting back going, I'm tired. I'm like, just get off the track. Got mud all over my face, and I'm watching him kick shit and throw it and load my bikes up and go home. I'm like, fuck. He was pissed the whole way home and didn't talk. I mean, just God. And he says, I know you were at your girlfriend's house last night. You're not committed to this. If you're not committed, I'm not gonna commit. You can take care of your own shit now. You can bring yourself to the races. He goes, I didn't come out here to watch you get 4th place. This is some bullshit. You're way better than that. I came in your room last night at 3 a.m. I know you were over at your girlfriend's house. And I did. He goes, that's not winning. He goes, you think real professionals, you think, and at the time it was like Jeremy McGrath or whoever it was, not Jeremy, even before, Brock Glover and all these guys. He was mentioning these pros that I really loved, Ricky Johnson, that's who he was using. He said, you think those guys went out and got pussy the night before they had a big race? You're a dumbass. You're not committed. I'm not committed. All week, I learned something there. I learned that when the gate drops, the bullshit stops. So 40 riders, who wants it the most? He goes, you don't want it. You don't want this. You're out here wasting my time, your time, and everybody's time. He says, this is bullshit, 4th place. He goes, but I beat the other 36 guys. No, man. And again, sure enough, I went out and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced, and I called my girlfriend, honey, I can't make it. I can't make it this week. I'm dedicated and committed. This is more important than this piece of ass, and I'm sorry to you. And it didn't work out, the relationship, and I committed myself to this motocross, and sure enough, the practice makes perfect. I wrote about that in a song, Play That Funky Music. I said, but not if you're a loafer. It's in the instructions of life, my mom said. She goes, it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you don't go out and pay attention to the word pursuit, you might not pursue it. They wouldn't put the word pursuit in the instructions if you didn't have to go pursue it. So get your ass up and go pursue your happiness. What would make you happy? Coming in 4th place or 1st place? And I go, fucking Mom, you got me again. Look, I got goosebumps.
Okay, right around that time.
I smoked those guys, by the way, when I came back. And what I learned from this is that I carry this in life. When I became a rapper and all that, I was a rapper in the middle of all that. I still carried that same competitive drive with me. I'm a battle rapper. I grew up on, battling. I will battle anybody from just off the top of the head. That's what I do. I've come from late 80s and shit. That's what you do. You go to the parking lot, keg drinking parties, and you talk shit. It started off with your mama jokes, Your mama got so much hair on her arm, looked like she got buckwheat in a headlock. Just 8 guys from the football team riding around in a Volkswagen bus, popping a wheelie because there's so much weight in the back, eating burritos and farting all over each other. Telling your mama jokes and rapping.
Well, at one point, you get arrested for assault.
One point.
Multiple points?
Let's just stay with one.
Okay. Well, because you spent 2 weeks in jail
Going over
for one
criminal.
incident.
2 weeks in jail once.
Okay.
How
many assault arrests did you have?
I don't keep track of that shit. They asked me that last time I went through Canada, and I go, you tell me, it's on your computer. I have no idea.
Okay.
I ran the streets, man. I got arrested many, many times, probably more than you can find out on that computer.
What was
Half
the most,
of them have been expunged.
What was the most serious situation
Nothing.
you got arrested?
I'm not any kind of murderer. I'm not any kind of person that's going to hurt anybody or do anything like that.
Just fist fights, basically?
Huh?
Just fist
Running
fights?
with the wrong crowd.
Okay.
Wrong people. You learn, you get wise when you get older and you go, that was dumb. I was young and dumb. And I owed these people something because they did something for me that I'm not going to sit here and detail out with you. I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay.
But let's just to be fair, yeah, I ran with some pretty rough people. Did some rough shit. And I ended up, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. And I still believe in that today. And I didn't know that back then. When you're young and dumb, you ask a favor to somebody and then you're fucking in it for life and you can't get out. And you're like, God damn it. So, yeah, I think I paid my dues, but ran with the wrong crews, man. It was not, I think you should all kids, all people out there, everybody should probably watch and think about who they're really hanging with and probably I think it's easier to research people today because you can check them out, and who is this person I'm hanging with? But when you're young, they may not have a record on fucking eBay or, on the internet that you can check out, right? So watch who you're hanging with and running with. I didn't know. Even the whole Juan Almeida thing and everything, I didn't even know, man. I found myself in so many places being young and dumb and looking back on it now in my life going, holy shit, I shouldn't have been with those people. I shouldn't have been with that. I shouldn't have been here. I found my way through it all and survived though,